Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest topics out there, artificial intelligence. We're going to break down what it is, how you're already using it, probably every day, and where this whole thing is headed. All right, let's jump right in. So let me just start with a quick question. I want you to think about this for a second. How many times have you actually used AI? Just today? I'm willing to bet the answer is way more than you think, because honestly, it's already woven right into the fabric of our daily lives.
For instance, did you use your phone for directions to get somewhere? Yep, that's AI. And it's not just showing you a static map. No, it's crunching real-time traffic data from thousands of other people to find you the absolute fastest route.
Or what about kicking back with a movie last night? You know, when Netflix or Spotify suggests what you might want to watch or listen to next? Well, that's an AI in the background analyzing all your habits to serve up recommendations it thinks you're going to love. And of course, if you've done any online shopping, you've seen it there too. You know those customers also bought suggestions? That's not just some random guess. It's a powerful AI sifting through millions of purchases to spot patterns and predict what you might want to add to your cart.
Okay, so we know we're using it all the time, but what is it really? Let's get past the hype and the buzzwords and nail down a solid definition.
At its heart, artificial intelligence is really a field of computer science. And the whole goal is to build systems that can do things that normally require human smarts. You know, things like learning from experience, spotting complex patterns, and making decisions based on all that data.
And you know, even though AI feels like this brand new thing, its roots go way, way back. The idea started kicking around in the 1950s with the Turing test. Basically, a test to see if a machine could trick you into thinking it was human. Then, a huge leap happened in the 80s with machine learning, which let computers learn from data on their own. And all of that has led us to right now with this explosion of generative AI that can actually create brand new things.
So to really get a handle on all this, it's super helpful to think about AI in 3 different levels. This simple framework makes it so much easier to see where we are today and where we might be heading. Okay, first up, you've got narrow AI. This AI is a specialist. It's designed for one specific task. And this is so important. This is the only type of AI we actually have right now. Next is the theoretical goal of general AI, which would be as smart and adaptable as a human. And way out there in the future is the hypothetical super AI, an intellect that would be, well, far, far smarter than any of us.
All right, with that framework in mind, let's bring it back home. Let's connect these ideas to the actual AI that you and I are using every single day.
And seriously, the list just goes on and on. Think about your virtual assistant like Siri, your Google searches, that autocorrect that saves you from embarrassing typos, or the app that gets you a ride. All of these tools, from navigating your city to translating a language, they're all powered by AI, humming along quietly in the background.
And here it is, the key takeaway. Every single one of these examples, every piece of AI that exists in the world today is narrow AI. They are all specialists. They're amazing at their one specific job, whether that's finding a song or finding the fastest route, but that's all they do.
And we could even break today's narrow AI down into 2 main flavors. You've got reactive machines, which only see the present moment. Think of your streaming service suggesting a movie based on what you just finished watching. Then there's limited memory AI, which can look at the recent past to make a better decision. That's what's powering things like a self-driving car adjusting to traffic conditions.
So if everything we have today is narrow AI, what's next? What does the future look like? This is where we start getting into those other, more advanced levels we just talked about.
The next big frontier is what scientists call theory of mind AI. This is really the goal of general AI, a machine that doesn't just process facts, but can actually understand human feelings and intentions. Then, beyond that, is the purely theoretical, self-aware AI. That's the idea behind super AI, a machine that would have its own consciousness, its own beliefs.
Now, I have to be super clear on this point. These more advanced forms of AI are still just theories. They do not exist today. For now, they are firmly in the world of research labs and science fiction. We are not there yet.
Of course, as we build towards that future, there are some huge challenges we have to figure out. Like, how do we make sure biased data doesn't create unfair AI? How do we protect our privacy? What's going to happen to our jobs? And a big one, if an AI messes up, who's actually at fault? These are the massive questions we need to answer as we go.
At the end of the day, you don't need to be a coder to be part of this conversation. The goal is just to understand what AI can do and what its challenges are. Because with that clarity, we can all help steer this incredible technology in a direction that's good for all of us.
So I'm going to leave you with one last thing to think about. As AI gets better and better at doing all the analytical, repetitive stuff, what does that mean for us? What uniquely human skills, things like creativity, empathy, real critical thinking, what skills become the most valuable in a world that we share with artificial intelligence?